Hello. All right. In our previous session, we introduced the Human Tool Mediated Loop. Um, in this session, I'm going to try to show how to create those tools. We'll just do a quick vibe coding and hope it works. Um, so let me get out vibe coded instructions here. So the basic instruction tells it to use a skills agent. We have a skill that does the building of a human tools. We're gonna build a tic-tac-toe game that will allow me as a user to interact with the AI and play a game against it. So let's kick this off. It's gonna run as a background task, so give it a minute to go through, and we'll take a quick look at the code. It's usually hit or miss. So the vibe coding example is really just very simple stuff. In reality, if you want a human tool that you can use for a serious work, you probably have to put in a decent amount of effort depending on the application. All right, so this has been initiated. Sure, it's turning in the background. Eventually, the tool will be put in here. It's simple enough tool that I built. It's not going to take long to complete. Refresh this. There's a folder there, tic tac toe. And there's that. And I'm sure this is complete. So this is the human tool. Um, for a tic tac toe game, it's a very simple game, a simple application. Um, Basically, this tool has a hook into the platform so that as you're using it, it can, you know, interact with the AI integration within the platform. That's how we're able to get the. That's how we're able to get it going. So this blue mark here tells me that the background task, is done. So we're good to mess with this. And this is a configuration. Has a bunch of stuff in here. Amongst them is what controls the auto commit versus the staging, which I showed in the previous example. And here's a start instruction, which would be shown here once I actually start this tool. So I'm gonna turn the auto commit on. That way, when we're playing, there's no staging. It just goes directly from tool to AI model, then from AI model to back to tool without stopping at the staging. So we'll close this out. Um, Take a look at this. Hopefully, it's all set up correctly. It's not always the case. It will now come here, and if I click here, it doesn't show it yet. So let's refresh. Try to bring our human tool, make it visible to the system. Okay, reload the index. Alright, so that shows us here. And that instruction that I showed, that's listed right there. I will clean out this session, just simplify it, and now we'll run that. Also should have an index file in here. Right. This basically includes an index of your human tool. If you open it up, it's just a configuration that we saw, but in a list. All right, so our tool is open. We open it up here. Is our tic-tac-toe. It's vibe coded. Um, we'll try to go through this and see if it cooperates. I'm hoping that we don't have to do any debugging here. When I click here, in that previous session, it showed staging here. At this time around, it should not stage, even though the staging will be updated, but it will automatically post the move to the AI. Um, let's see. I may need to re-index. I think that's what we need to do. All right. When you make changes, in order for that to be picked up, just re-index. All that really does is just update this index with the changes that I made to the tools config. And when we re-index, we can also reload, meaning the configuration for the tool picks up the changes to the index. So let's apply that as well. All right. I'll close this out and reopen it again. And if you've previously opened up a human tool, you can reload it without reissuing the start command by doing that. So this, all right, I think we have a network issue. Let me, all right, we have it loaded now. Oh yeah, try this again. All right, so this time around, re-indexing and the non-staging setup is working. So the request goes directly from my click to the model. That still doesn't guarantee that it will do what I want it to do. It's gonna get all chatty with me. But here's our request. We can examine it, make sure we sent it in. I'm gonna instruct it that, hey, it's your move. And instantly decide and make the move. Some of this, obviously, if you're building a game, you can add that to your instruction that would prompt it to act more proactively instead of getting chatty. All right, so you saw the O there when I told it to move. It made its move. And once that's done, I'll make a second move. Hopefully I don't have to tell it again to make its own move. All right, I think we ran into a problem there. Anyway, let's see. I think but the point of this was to show that it will act. Let's try to run it one more time, see if we can get a smooth flow going here. I'll add after this instruction. Actually, let's use upgrade first. I'll add an instruction just telling it explicitly that you're playing against me. Don't get chatty. And notice I unchecked this. That's a way to merge into the session by the tool. So if I uncheck it, it unmerges. That way it doesn't send the information that's in here, whatever output may be in here. When I want to merge it in, I click that and that will merge the tool. And you can have multiple tools. So it's very interesting, the possibilities here. If you have multiple human tools that you're using and you're checking in their output into the model. Let me just instruct it. You're playing against me, so you need to decide your moves. I will move first. I'm going to send this. Just private. Acknowledge it. Now I can turn and merge in the tool into the session so that when I click, it will capture the output and send it to the model. Still chatty. It's still too chatty. I'll make my move again. Excuse me. I think there may be some other issue going on behind the scenes here. I'm noticing something that doesn't seem right. Um, anyway, the goal here today was to show the vibe coding of human tools. Hopefully, by the time I do another session, it'll be less chatty. But I suspect the chattiness has something to do with there might be a bug in there. Thank you very much.